Well, they've got a better team than they showed tonight. I mean, they come a long way, just like we did. And it's tough to play right here. It's tough to play at the Glass House. I mean, we've showed that the last 3 years. And really, we've shown that ever since this place has been built. If you go back and look how many games the Lady Raiders have lost here, don't forget about the Rick Hensel era. Go all the way back to Larry Joe and to Coach Bivens, and Coach Smith. I mean, it was tough to win here then, and it's tough to win now. We got a great crowd. Our crowd was invested. Our kids came out and they played hard. These seniors have got one more game here, and that's this Saturday. So it should be a great day with a lot of emotion. And UTEP's they're always going to be able to compete because of their coach. They've got a great coach. It's very fiery, that believes in fundamentals, and she's done a pretty good job this year with what she's got. So they're not going to come in here and lay down. I don't know what's happened tonight with them, but what score is or anything. But they're not going to come in here and lay down regardless of what went on at Western tonight.
Coach, y'all held Molly Kaiser to a season low tonight, 7 points. Everybody in Conference USA knows what a threat she is.
Y'all shot the bear. I want to know who killed it. Jalen Gregory. Jalen Gregory is one of the best defensive perimeter players I've ever coached in my 50 years. Not 20 years here, 50. Didn't even make all defensive team last year. And she's unbelievable. She's guarded, but you got to give one. Kaiser is probably going to be, if not, player of the year, our first team. And she is unbelievable. She's a pro. And it was Jalen's night. Up at third place, it was Kaiser's night. So, we got to take what we got. We're happy for Jalen. We're happy that Kaiser didn't have a great night, and then we got to get ready to play UTEP. But you can't take nothing away from Molly. Kid's a 4.0 student, probably going to be academic All-American. The kid Gardner, 4.0 student, should be an academic All-American if my media relations guy would do anything.
Big night on the boards for both Nas and particularly Enrique.
I'm sitting here right now. I hadn't been in a good mood all week. This put me in a better mood tonight because of her. She went and rebounded the ball. If she does that, we're going to be a pretty good basketball team. And Cab made some mistakes, but Cab made some good plays too. Nothing else, guys? I appreciate you.
Jalen, everybody in Conference USA knows what Molly Kaiser can do when she gets going. What did you and sort of the team collectively do to help make sure that didn't happen tonight, hold her to a season low?
We just stick to our scout that they've said that we practiced and worked on the whole time. And so just sticking to what they say do, we trust it and we all buy into it. And so I think just doing that allowed us to be able to collectively keep her to a season low.
How much pride do you have personally guarding the other team's best offensive perimeter player week in, week out, sort of as you get in this Conference USA stretch?
Yeah, I take a lot of pride in it. It's a responsibility that they've placed on me, and they trust me to hold that role. So it's a big honor to take, but it's also, she's a great player. Like, she's probably one of the best that I've ever guarded. And so just being able to do that, it's not just me. Obviously, it's my team helping me, allowing me to get up and pressure and just do whatever. And I know they have my back.
To me, what does it do for you when you see someone like Jalen guarding the other team's best player and able to keep her from even getting the ball a lot of the time during the game?
I mean, that's what we expect out of Jalen. Like she said, it's her role at this point in the season, and kudos to her. I mean, that's the first thing that Coach recognized when we got in the locker room. It's a really tough role for her to handle, so she's just really good.
Alina, I think you had about 10 rebounds in the first quarter, it felt like. What led to your success on the boards, early on in the game that gave you some momentum early?
It's just something that I've had to focus on in practice. Coach has pretty much the whole season, but especially lately, challenged me to get some rebounds. Like, that's something that he expects out of me. And I don't know, I feel like today just kind of worked out as well as, like, I was, like, consciously crashing the boards too.
Alina, 30 minutes tonight, kind of a high number for you as of late. You're coming late down this season stretch. Early in the season, you kind of talked about how the season's kind of wearing on you a little bit. How are you feeling now in these last 3 games and before conference tournament?
Well, I feel like at this point, every player in every conference all over the country is feeling tired and there's aches and pains. I do have them too, but it's just something you gotta get through. Like, you gotta get through it, and I feel like we're getting to the best part of the season, right? So that adds in the excitement and I get more energy out of that.
Do you feel like the team is peaking at this point, this late in the year?
I feel like we're getting there. I feel like we're pretty close. I wouldn't say we're peaked yet, but I feel like we're pretty close right now.
Jalen, kind of back to you as someone that's been a part of this run these last 4 years, and not to get too ahead of ourselves on senior year, but to kind of bounce off that question there, Alina, how do you feel? What's the energy like in the locker room with you girls kind of coming down this final stretch?
Yeah, this is the best time of year. So we know that we've got ourselves this far in the season and we've put ourselves in a good position. And so all we have to do is finish it. And we know it doesn't depend on somebody else. It's all up to us. And so we just got to, I think everybody's excited to keep going on and playing because we know there's just a few left. And so we're taking advantage of every moment.
To me, objectively, what does this team have to do to be kind of at their best this late in this year?
I think just be more consistent throughout the game. Like I've been telling a lot of people, we play in spurts kind of, and we play like 3 quarters. We don't finish a game or we don't start a game right. So I think just being consistent throughout the whole game on both ends of the floor.
Joe, one more for you. How much did you learn watching Alexis Whittington sort of have the role that you had your first 2 years here, where she was guarding that perimeter player every night?
Yeah, she's who I learned basically everything from. She put a lot of emphasis on being that defensive stopper, and so I think that's why I take so much pride in my defense. It's because I came in as a freshman and kind of watched how she played, and that's what she took the most pride in, and so I just followed in her footsteps.
Thanks, y'all. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.